Good afternoon, all. Uh, I would like to present today a small house. We did it in Wayanad for our clients, Brijesh and Ashwadi. They are IT professionals. They are living in Bangalore. I mean, they are completely in a very urban situation, and they somehow wanted to come back and settle down in back in Kerala. So that was their long dream. So they bought this plot, and they were still working there. Uh, so they were trying to settle slowly back. Then we started off the project. It's a very simple project. So since they have this idea of settling back too much, so they didn't have much of aspirations or they didn't have any fancy kind of requirements. They just want a beautiful place to settle down. So that was the brief for us. So uh, they bought the plot in Wayanad, Koilleri. It is from Bangalore. It is the nearest place where you can enter Kerala. So they chose this place. So they can drive down on weekends and slowly they can settle back there. So that was the basic idea. And they got 50 cents of land in Wayanad, which is not very densely built up space. It's a very calm, serene place, so they can settle down and peacefully live back in the jungle. So the site is surrounded by a coffee plantation, and the site is slightly sloping, as in you go sloping down as you go towards the site. There is a narrow pathway which is leading, which is also part of their house, which is around 6 to 8 meters wide. Um, that's the road, and this is the plot we have. So we, for the entry, we just give a small village kind of road there, so that they are not. I mean, they'll be driving from Bangalore to Wayanad, and we don't want to give a proper road. We just made a wheelbase so that they'll start feeling the serenity right from the start of the gate. Um, so we selected a plot where we have minimum intervention on the site since it is sloping. So we planned it. So that's the road coming to the site. We have planned it as two blocks. So first one is the entry and the receiving area, and we have a front yard which is open to that landscape, and then the house starts, and you enter to a central courtyard, which is the proportions of the central courtyard is almost like a traditional thing, but the entire planning is different without verandas, and since they have this budget constraint and they don't want to build lavish, they just want to be there and they just want to settle. So this is the planning goes, where you have the front veranda in central courtyard and the back side. So basically, the three sides of the site of the building you can actually open up to the garden spaces. And here comes the secondary part, where you have one bedroom on the first part and second bedroom on the other block. So this is the section of the site where we have taken it down along with the contour. So coming to the plan, we have the entry area where you have the car porch. You have the front yard where you have this tulasi and all these things. Where then comes the sit out, where there is an inbuilt seater. You can sit there and see the view of the front yard. Then you enter directly to the courtyard, which comes in as a surprise, and the whole scale of the building has been taken to your achievable level, so that you feel more intimate to the spaces. And if you can see this plan, where this is the living room, and you have a garden, you have a passage and a puja area there, and you go down, you have this dining kitchen and things, and there is another veranda towards the east side. Then comes the bedroom side. And you have a exterior deck. We initially planned as an exterior deck, but later on we have to add a no, we didn't add. The clients has a lot of lower contour where we can step out and can enjoy the space where there is dining and things like that.
I think Amrita said the key issue here. In fact, I may be even more harsh, if I may say. I'm a little older to you. I can afford to do that. No, I'm not. I'm allowed. Okay.
Almost similar.
Partly that also. No, you are cautious. You know, we revere elderly people. Okay, in this tradition. Do you know what? As a jury member or as a critic, architectural critic, what position you take is driven very often by what you imagine you could have done. You know, if I had got this side, how do I have responded to this side, right? Partly. It's a little unfair, but that is so. I must say I'm very jealous about your sides. I mean, since morning I've been seeing sides and we have hardcore Delhiites, you know, dirty sides, tight sides, not very appealing. And you get here this appealing side and you decide to put now my hard words, a citadel. You actually develop a architectural typology which belongs, right, Amrita rightly said, in the urban context, where you want to introvert everything. We liked the project. I mean, I'm criticizing despite that we picked up the project. We picked it up because it was very promising. It suddenly took you into an era of living which has slow time to it. Very slow. It moves very, very slow. Now I go to site and I happen to be, you didn't expect me to do that probably because you didn't show any of these pictures. I go to the back of it where the bedrooms are. By the way, the bedrooms as per Vastu are oriented north-northeast. It's the biggest no. The worst where your head can be is north-northeast. So from that point, it's a big no. But interestingly, that no doesn't work only with the Vastu. It doesn't work with the planning. Because the best view is actually towards that side, which is your rear, which you have blocked everything. After blocking off, you introduce this sliver of courtyards to get light into your bedroom. Why would you do that? Why would you get a site? Let me complete. Why would you get a site that is so pristine and closed from everywhere? There's a very nice book on genius loci or loci by Christian Norberg Schulz, which describes Rome, Khartoum, and Prague, these three cities, and it dwells how a typology historically evolves based on its context. And Sudan he takes up where everything is fortified. The walls are closed, everything is closed because there were warriors that would move in earlier days. So you had to block your house, you had to safeguard it. And I think this culture of closing, wherever it happens today also, is driven by a purpose. I feel in your architecture, you have missed the point. You have missed the point that the purpose of, no wonder they want a homestay there. Because I can't live in your house, I tell you honestly, with such a beautiful forest around it. I'm very harsh now, you see. Yeah. I can't, and I need to be, because you have actually created a piece of architecture which is completely inappropriate to its context. I don't need even to look at recycling, upcycling of wood. I don't need to look at the courtyard. I don't need to look at anything because the type is wrong.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.